time for our first speaker. And yeah, right, please, roaring round of applause now, just to kick it off. Oh, not quite yet. You can stand here. Come on up. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Carlin, and Carlin told us that a couple fun facts about her. She said the random fact that she knew was that the horizon and a black hole, when it comes up, makes the sound of F minor. Yes. And the childhood movie that caused her the greatest distress was the Winnie the Pooh movie when he went on an acid trip and the heffalumps showed up. Yeah, so again, like I said, Carlin, our first speaker, 14-year-old badass, here to tell you a little bit more about her life.
If you work with kids, tweens, or even teens who struggle socially, listen, because I'm one of them. Middle school was most likely the worst 3 years of my life. I have been bullied and still am being bullied for being different and standing out. Well, I was diagnosed with dyslexia in 3rd grade, and I have stories for days on how people are assholes. The hardest thing to do is to ask for help. Trust me, because life is fucking hard. But all of you are strong enough to get through it. From all the bullying I've endured, I've developed a number of mental illnesses. Thankfully, I've got friends to help me through this difficult time. I forgot.
It's all right, let's do this. You have to pretend to be happy when you're, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what words go there.
That's okay. Let's make them up.
Oh, okay.
As someone else that has mental illness issues, frequently it is very hard and you have to put on a fake face just to get through the day. And as you mentioned, asking for help is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can we back it up?
What is this? Yeah. You know what we're going to do? We're going to give Carlin a chance to start over. Great. You're going to do awesome. All right. Let me say this one too. Real quick, I have bragged to all of our speakers that we have the most supportive audience in the world. I was picking up on that from Go, but for you newbies, this is hard. And as a teenager, holy mother. So she's got this, you guys. And if she doesn't got this, she's up here. Do you want me to stand up here? Oh.
yes, I don't know. But
She does not want me. I'm leaving.
we're putting my script in my hand because I'm nervous. Huh? If you work with kids, tweens, and even teens who struggle socially, listen, because I'm one of them. Middle school was most likely the worst 3 years of my life. I have been and still am being bullied for being different and standing out. I was diagnosed with dyslexia in 3rd grade, and trust me, I have stories for days on how people are assholes. The hardest thing to do is to ask for help. Trust me, because life is fucking hard. But all of you are strong enough to get through it. So, who here worries about what people think of them? Come on, hands up. Well, I'm glad to inform you that this is normal. Most people, well, I guess all people, have a longing to fit into the crowd. If you don't have time to judge others, neither does anybody else. Did you know that high school students have the same anxiety levels as insane asylum patients in the 1950s? That is crazy. We need to provide more help for our young adults instead of just calling it teenage angst. From all the bullying I've endured, I've developed a number of mental illnesses. They have They have majorly affected my daily life and how I go throughout my days. But thankfully, I've got friends to help me through these difficult times. It's extremely hard to ask for help, especially when you're struggling. People struggle with this issue daily. Bullying for me has gone on since the first grade, and it's slowly gotten worse every year. Yes, there have been some years where it's been better and I've actually gotten a break, but it always comes back. Recently, I lost a lot of friends. Thankfully, some of them stayed by my side and helped me pick myself back up and regain my sense of self, which has been lost. Most of these people I've met less than 3 years ago, and they are honestly my best friends. And I wouldn't be talking to all of you without their support and kindness. So, a bit of a subject change. I came out to my family about a year ago. I came out through a few letters that I slipped under my parents' door at the ungodly hours of the night. I feel they are both fine with me being bi, but as soon as I tell them I'm something other than a girl, I'm called out as being an attention seeker and just being in a phase. Everybody gets stuck with what's going on now and struggles taking a step back and looking at the problem as a whole, instead of viewing it from the inside, where it's all a mess. The outlook we have on life is so important, especially to the way our brains develop. Music tremendously affects one's outlook on life, and the way we speak to our children becomes their inner voices, both the positive one and the negative one. So throughout this whole thing, I've referenced a major event that happened about 2 summers ago. My friend of 4 years at the time, we'll call her Gala. So Gala messaged me one day over Skype saying things like, "You'll always be my sister, and this hurts me more than you know." So I turned to my other friends for a bit of help because she never really gave me a reason. There was this other girl on the chat that I was talking to. We'll call her Chaos. She decided that it would be smart to keep what she knew about Gala and about our friendship to herself, and things just spiraled out of control from there. Like most people, I was mostly picked on for being different, but if everybody's the same, life would be boring and dull. If we crave to be normal, but what is normal, really? People with disabilities don't really fit in. They're seen as slow, different, stupid, among other things. But when you think of a person with a disability, what do you see? Maybe somebody in a wheelchair or somebody with a prosthetic? But invisible disabilities are just as much of a struggle. Like I said, I have dyslexia. And no, it's not just seeing letters backwards or having words move around the page when I'm reading. It mostly affects my math skills and other things that only have one correct answer. Well, I've given you all of this, but really no way to prevent it. Well, I'm doing that right now, sharing my story because everybody has one. We all go through middle school-like issues in our daily lives, but you are strong enough to get through whatever you're dealing with. So if you ever need to talk or just need a bit of advice, reach out to somebody. We survived middle school once. We can do it again. Thank you.
So proud.
Carlin, Hixson.
Sorry, I'm going to have a little emotional moment.
No,
I'm sorry, but for those of us that are parents, to have a kid to the parents of Carlin, fucking hooray, that's amazing.
God.
And to be such a strong young woman to come up here and share her story like that is a miracle, and we should all aspire to be as brave as she just was.
I wanted to...
Now I'm going to have Jared be funny.
Well, no. I feel like little Richard at the piano. I can't. Okay, I was wondering, I wanted to get a picture of Carlin out here with the mic and everybody standing and applauding in like that back shot. So she remembers, like she can see like, oh, balls. I did it.
I don't want her to see balls.
No, oh, sorry. Yeah. All right.
You can go get Carlin.
Well,
Do I need to get my phone?
Well, no, I have my phone in my
Okay,
pocket. Oh, hold on, let
Carlin,
me-
is this going to be weird for you?
Is it?
We should have asked her first. Okay, come on back out, friend. Come out here.
All right, so you have to hold the mic, and everybody's us.
Talking to them? Hi, y'all! Yay! We did it!
Now we're going to let you go sit down
All right, thank you, Carlin.
because I'm going to start crying again.
Okay.